Hey guys, and welcome to Rena's Path on Let's Play Star Ocean 2. Last time we did this scene with Claude, and this part of the scene pretty much takes place the same way. But I've sped up the dialogue, and I'm just going to power right through it since we've already seen it, and show off the parts that are going to be different. But I wanted to at least set up the, the situation of where we are, which is why we're going through it at all. But yeah, on Claude's path, we get to use both Claude and Celine. Just knocked the mic, sorry about that. And when we do that, the path is a little bit more difficult than if you take Rena's path. If you take Rena's path, you get to use Rena and Diaz. And I will go into what kind of the differences of the battle mechanics and all that when we actually get to there. But there's a few scenes prior to that happening that also will be a little bit different. But yeah, we're just going to run through this. I'm going to spam through it. If you want to read this dialogue, check out the previous episode on Claude's Path where we go through this in much more detail. But yeah, once we get through all this and get this all figured out, then we get to run back with Rena to talk to Diaz at the inn after Celine gets kind of annoyed by him not wanting to deal with any of these other people that have showed up in his meeting for, I guess, a job for him. Seems to be traveling by himself, so I guess he's kind of a loner. I still find it weird how you sit at a table for 5 minutes and don't realize that somebody you've known for years is sitting there. Some people are weird. I think some of those people are me, but whatever. Who knows? There's a lot more dialogue here than I thought there was. I figured I'd be able to get through this in about a minute, but it's looking like a little bit longer than that. We're almost through here, though. Almost ready to go back to the hotel. So yeah, he's heading back to the inn, and Rena's going to follow him. And fast forward, because that's taking way too long. Okay, so if you recall, when we started up last time, after that scene, it was Claude and Celine speaking outside of the Elder's house. This time we get to follow Rena into the inn, and we don't get to control her, not yet anyway. But we get a line of dialogue or two up here, and ask, what's the matter? Please rescue the children. Yeah, we kind of figured that. That's why you both ended up going on the path same as we did on Claude's path. And what would that be? No, right, she had said that, he had agreed to that. No, that doesn't sound like Claude. Yeah, on this path, it's weird. We get a scene where she goes to see Diaz, and then she tells them that she's going to see Diaz. It's really weird, or maybe she's remembering this. It's kind of odd, because we don't get any part of this scene on Claude's path. But as I said at the start, Rena's path really does show a lot more character development. So we didn't get the scene on Claude's path because we're more focused on the overall narrative. Here we're looking at the character interactions, the motivations, the relationships between them. And that's very much what this particular scene plays out. There's a lot I want to talk to him about. Makes sense, you grew up in the same village, haven't seen each other in a long time. I want you to understand something. I think that was a flashback. Kind of weird why they didn't just do it in a normal order, but oh well. No reason for us to fight together. Why do you reject other people like that? It seems kind of odd. This is a JRPG. We should all be getting together and forming a great big party and taking out everybody. People who reject other people and go it alone are afraid of accepting others. So you're trying to preach to me? In a sense, I guess she is, but I guess I've changed from when I was little. I think that's a laugh. It was only 2 years ago. There's the red Rena we all know and love. My other little sister. I guess I should listen to it. So he views her as a twin sister. No, I'm not going to do that. No, but he views her as a little sister. They from the same village. They've kind of just been friends for a while. I will leave them right there. So he does agree. And now she's got the happy music bubble. Cecile. I'm guessing that's how you pronounce that? Or Cicely? Maybe it's Cecily. I don't know. I would guess Cecily then. Sure, we'll go with that one. Sure, we'll go with that. Evan's a little too far away. I couldn't hear her. So they're saying that Cecily is dead. I can't remember if they've shown off that scene yet. I'm pretty sure we see it here. But anyway, once that's happened, I'm not 100% sure if we can steal from him. I don't think we can. But just in case I screw up and have to completely redo it, let's... no, you can't steal from him. Talk to him one more time? Say it quickly before I change my mind. So basically, we get the impression that he's a little arrogant, Diaz is. I'm not going to go into what we can, like, show that graphic like I've been doing about what we can pickpocket in this town. Not right now. Anyway, these two you must pickpocket from. So let's see. Hopefully I can get lucky. No, I will see you in a moment. Okay, we finally got that to work. I don't know what's going on here, but that's not wanting to work. And I can almost never steal from Claude. It's a Sinclair saber. It really doesn't matter. It's the weapon he's already equipped with. But the Amber Robe is important, especially since we can get it now. And we remember picking one of them up in the forest there. So we'll be able to get 2 of them now. But once you've done that, then you can talk to them. But make sure you do this now, because if you try and steal from them later, you won't be able to. Or you'll get a different item once we can go back to doing private actions here. But yeah, you definitely want to pick up the Amber Robe there. Definitely a worthwhile investment. And I believe this is pretty much the same dialogue from Claude's Path. So we'll just skim through this quickly. And we get the same response on this path. Claude still doesn't want to work together with Diaz. Now, if you recall, Claude had a little line of dialogue after this, kind of in his thoughts in his head. We don't get that on this path, obviously, but didn't go as expected. No, you aren't even looking at me. There are things you can see without looking. So I decided to go with you. I have my powers of healing, which Claude could have easily been appreciative of, especially in that boss fight. Yeah, probably. I best to agree to it from the start. It'll make things easier. But he seems to not want to... Didn't sound so spirited, yeah. He doesn't seem to care all that much about traveling with people. He really seems to want to be a loner. That may have been like a Japanese thing as well. I'm not sure. I didn't really look into that one, but better advise my equipment. Tomorrow is D-Day. They say that on both paths. It's kind of an odd choice there. Anyway, we've already got our equipment. The only thing I have to double check is, do I have enough blackberries and blueberries? I do. That's pretty much more than enough. Actually, one sec here. I turned the message speed up specifically to go through all those scenes over again. Wow, even though I skipped through that, this path has more dialogue, so I think that took just about as long on both paths. That's unfortunate, but oh well. We're a little behind schedule. No one's up yet. Well, that would be the best time to go. Not exact. Yeah, you probably were. Sounds about right. And they're moving very slowly. Got these mud boots or whatever from the Elder. And yeah, we need it to get through, so we get them on this path too. And we get the mud boots. Aren't you childhood friends from Arlia anyway? Or maybe he's just so cold at this point, she's wondering if they're still friends. Oh, maybe so. Yeah, I don't know why they have to walk so slow. A tiara made out of daisies. He's like, I'm not going to think about the past. Let's just go. Alright. Now we can head into the forest. I think you're the only guy there. Oh, can we actually get into the forest, please? Leaving already. Yeah, for whatever reason, there's one person up. I don't really know why. I don't know if we can talk to other people if we go to the inn, or where, you know, the other ones, the other characters are, the other NPCs. But anyway, let's just head in here and get things over with. Okay. Get the treasure chest again. Now, as you can see, Diaz is much stronger than we are. And he already comes equipped with a flame blade, as well as better armor, shield, helmet, and greaves than we all have. And we are actually allowed to remove his equipment. So I'm going to use it up until the boss fight, and then I'm going to strip him basically naked, or give him really crap gear, because I want all of that for Claude when the paths merge again. Anyway, the other thing we want to go over now is skills. This is really, really unique. This is the only time, to my knowledge, that this happens. We can spend skill points on Diaz now, and I will spoil the fact that we're going to get him as a permanent character later on, because in this game, characters are not really something you can spoil all that much. In order to talk about the path you're going to take, you really need to know, oh, if you're going to take Rena's path, that's the only way you can recruit Diaz in the entire game. And that is true. The only way to recruit him is you're guaranteed, or I think you get the option of recruiting him on Rena's path. On Claude's path, you get a different character instead, but it's a different situation. The other thing is you get 200 skill points at this point in the game. When you get him a second time, you'll get 200 skill points again. But what will happen is if you say put points into patience, the stat bonus you get to con, which is your defense, will drop down. All the points you spent in it will still be spent, so you can't raise it that high, but his con stat or his defense stat will drop down to its default level when you recruit him the second time. So we want to use all of the skill points since we're going to get more of them, 200 more when we get them later. But we want to use them on things that aren't going to give you any stat or any skill point or stat points. The other thing we want to do is we want to see if he's got some good skills. Now, one sec, I can't remember exactly which skills I want him to have. Okay, so based on those skills, I can get him to work on either art or metalwork, which works fine for me since I need characters to work on those specific things. That's fine. But anyway, we want to spend all of his skill points on things that aren't going to give him stats, so perseverance, so obviously first. And some other stuff. Let's see, what else could we put points into? Aesthetic sense is probably a good choice for him. And I could either do sketching, or I could do... What else could I give you? I could give him pretty much anything. We can put some points into playfulness, get some money out of him. Could give him strong blow. Basically, this allows you to hit the enemy away. This allows you to deal damage ignoring the enemy's defense with a probability. This is based on the amount of guts that you have. So I'll put a point into that. Put a couple of points into that. Do note that these are, and these ones as well, this increases defense. And this allows you to go from a normal attack to using a killer move rather quickly, so that's also pretty useful. But you can press the square button and you can cancel those abilities out so that you're not using them. There are a few abilities like Strong Blow that you'll want to turn off depending on what your killer moves are. Okay, so Aesthetic Sense he's going to need regardless, so we're just going to waste a bunch of points into that. And what else should I give you? What else is good? More money? Sure, we'll put a few points into that. And I don't know. Whatever, doesn't... 3 points. Put it in that. Sure, why not? Basically, just anything that's not going to give him stats, because his stats, or his skills, his stat points will all reset to these values when you get him again later on. And so you don't want to waste all those points in there so you can't build up his stats all that high later on in the game. Oop. So I want to save now that I've set that all up. There's a sapphire. I still want to get the Orichalcon in this path, but I'll be cutting out pretty much all the battles and we'll just watch the dialogue and pick up the treasure. Okay. So we'll get a little bit of dialogue here, and then we will cut out the battle and see what the dialogue is after there. Well, I'll show off one battle just to kind of go over kind of the different aspect of this one. Basically, you're going to be controlling Rena, and basically just let Diaz run wild because he's much more powerful.
Chaos sword. Chaos sword.
Yeah, look at him go. He does more than double the damage. And his attack is relatively fast. Diaz is an interesting character for a number of reasons. His
Waste of time.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that battle again off screen, but we'll show off the dialogue first, and then I'll just do that until I get lucky enough to get the Orichalcon that I actually want. But yeah, you won't really have to do anything. The enemies can't even hurt Diaz for the most part. Just let him do whatever he wants. If you're on an emulator, I would honestly just press the fast forward button as soon as you get into battle, because he's going to take care of everything himself anyway. Wondering about your friends. And of course, he's that much of a dick. He's just like, no, I don't care. He's very much a loner and used to doing things on his own. Okay, I got 2 out of 3. I'll take that. That's more than good enough for me. And let's see what we got for new dialogue here. Just more fights against the same kind of guys. No doubt. Waste of time. Get out of my way. And after that easy battle where I also got 2 out of 3 Orichalcons, They only got angry because of what I said hit the mark. Meh, probably. Compared to you, they were rather weak. You ran through all 3 of them by yourself while I did nothing. You look like you wanted to say something. No. And that's it. And we'll get more crappy items. Stop that. Right, we gotta put on the boots. This is the first time where I steal some of his gear by equipping the mud boots on Diaz, since he doesn't need the extra defense anyway. Over the Silver Greaves, as you can see, they are much weaker. The Mind Ring is, when he's not moving around, it restores, I think, like 5% or 3% of your maximum MP. It's really worthless. It's a junk item, as far as I'm concerned. But so we got the Amber Robe, which we'll give to Celine once the paths resume. Okay, Rena does have a use on this path. You want to use her to cast Ray if the enemies are going to be annoying and start casting lots of spells. So yeah, I ran into 1 normal fighting enemy and 3 mages, cast Ray, they all die, and that's it. Okay, and we're going to fight these guys again, because why not? Fool who says more than is necessary just proves how weak he is. Okay. Prepare to meet your maker. Only 1 out of 3 orichalcum in that fight, but I'll take it. There are other ways of farming them later on in the game, and like I said, I think we only need about 4 throughout the whole game, or somewhere in and around. Like, it's a low number, but anyway, you can have more if you want to play around with the item creation. So why do you keep trying to send her back? I guess you don't really need her help, but anyway, this isn't it. So we're gonna go up 1 path. I think I ran straight up there instead of going over to get. Is this the one that I missed last time? No, this is the dummy doll. So it must be up here. I want to head down. This is the one I missed. Yeah. And that's the flame blade that, of course, Claude's going to need. So I'll go pick that up on the other path there. Oh, new enemies. Yeah, one of Diaz's lines in the battle, when he starts a battle, is 10 seconds, as in he's going to win in 10 seconds. Which, a lot of the time, is pretty close to being true.
Air slash. Chaos sword.
A little more than 10 seconds, but sure.
That's all.
Okay, so we got that one. And I'm going to save, and I'm going to remove all his equipment. Okay, all saved and set up here. Just going to show you what he's got left. I gave him the crappy longsword, leather armor, leather helm, and the mud boots, and that's it. I don't have another shield to give him, so we're just going to steal his shield outright. And head up here. He's still going to be more than a match for anything around here. Still want to run over here. Yeah, Diaz is still more than a match for everybody around here, but now he will need help from Rena, either through healing or through normal attacks. Cecily. Oh, just so happens to have the same name, does she?
You're in the way.
Beware!
1. I've got 1 enemy to deal with. Yeah, they can actually damage him now. And Rena actually does more damage because she's got a better weapon, but
That's all.
his additional HP is more than enough. And she learns Energy Net after that fight, which I don't think I ever use, but it's there. How did you get out? Well, that's the plan. Sir and ma'am. I said it's my job. I don't need thanks. Let me introduce myself. And you've made me so happy. If your name is Cecily, then what? Only the name is the same. She doesn't resemble my younger sister at all. quickly. This way. Okay, make sure you've stolen his equipment before moving forward. Aquaberry. They're in that cabin. Great, doesn't seem to be any guards. Wait a minute. That doesn't make sense. Something is fishy. Why is the security so light here? Yeah, minions set out throughout the whole forest, but nobody to guard the actual children? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Little too crazy from the start. What do you mean by that? The purpose of the kidnapping lies somewhere else. Oh. Who do we have here? A random knight? I have no idea how to pronounce that. Forest is too deep and it's too late to turn back. The village! Yes, we figured it out. And they figured it out on the other ones. Children are, let's say, a bonus. The slave traders will pay a pretty price for them. No, let's kick your ass. Ransack the village to tire out the best heraldry users and steal the treasure during an unguarded moment. Sounds about right. May not be rich, not easy to relieve them of the treasure. Well, that's, I don't know. My brain stopped working for a moment there. Aren't you the boss? There's no need for you to know because I'm going to kill you. Let's stop this endless prattle. And we have boss time. Okay, those shield guys are rather annoying, so we want to cast Ray to damage them. I don't think we one-shot them. Yeah, I didn't think so.
Chaos Sword.
But we are going to cast that over and over again to get rid of all of the small fry and have Diaz try and focus on the main guy. When you attack enemies that are those big shields, they use their shields to take basically no damage and block your attack outright. So just gotta be aware of that. And I was not able to get that spell off in time. Unfortunate. And we're gonna have to heal Diaz now. But yeah, you want to try and take care of those shields and get them out of the way. But giving Diaz the crappier equipment will make this fight a lot more difficult than it otherwise would be. But we want to make sure we get all that gear for ourselves, since it's much better than what we have. I probably could have given him the flame blade, since I already got the second one, but I need to heal him again. Yeah, this artificially makes the fight more difficult. Come on. Hurry up and kill them already. They have more HP than I remember them having. Hopefully that's enough, because I'm all out of MP. Nope.
My eyes are hazy.
And I don't think I have enough for Cure Light, so let's see, give you a blueberry. Woo! Let's give you the blueberry and run to the background there. Much more difficult than all the other fights in here, just because we stole all his equipment. If you leave him with the flame blade, you'll be fine, and you'll already have a flame blade, so you won't need a second one. And for defeating him, we get the hut key. I think it's an item. It's a special item or precious item that's unique to this path. Anyway, let's rescue the children. And you can pickpocket purple mist from you. I didn't know that, but okay, sure. Getting another purple mist couldn't hurt. Not that they're all that good, but it's something. Thank you. And they move out What, there was only 3 children kidnapped? No, they're actually in the forest. If they haven't fallen on the way. He's still only like level 16. He's not living up to level 35. Maybe if I give him all your gear, then he could. But still, probably not. So Diaz wants to go a few rounds with him. Oh. Yeah, I don't think we can actually go in there. Can't remember what else we can steal from them. Give me a sec. We can steal nothing of value from them, so don't worry about it. Finally got out. They're all just very thankful. Then we run over here and we see the same scene as we saw from before. We'll run through the rest of this dialogue, and then I think we'll call her a day, and we'll tidy up everything at the start of the next episode. If there's any slight changes between the scenes, I'll see about showing them off. He still seems interested in the challenge of a new opponent, even if he's admitted himself that Claude's probably not on his level yet. Not necessarily a lie. Now we know what that actually means when, Rena just said that, Claude can actually be almost as powerful as Diaz if he tries. I'm looking forward to it. I apologize for my rudeness. Yeah. Still kind of being a dick about it, but oh well. And that should be pretty much it for this one. Yeah, we got to get back to the village. Remember, her father was, according to the Master of Heraldry, was at the target, or maybe he's fallen or he's hurt or something. But anyway, if we're going to figure that out, we're going to have to wait till the next one, since I want to go through the dialogue. There's this one scene that plays out differently. Yeah, we'll tack this on here, just so that we can figure out, and then once we go outside, that'll be the start of where the scene plays out the same. I know I'm doing some longer episodes here for Star Ocean that I normally do. I like to keep them about 20 minutes long, but I'm trying to get whole concepts or whole parts of the path that are different into the same video, and get kind of prepped up to go do certain things or go into a dungeon, so I'm not halfway through a dungeon and ending an episode kind of thing. So let me know how you kind of think about me doing longer episodes to keep things more contained together, or if you would rather me go back to those 20-minute episodes, because I'm much more kind of focused on the 20-minute episodes myself, but it's a personal preference. A lot of the time I don't have time to watch more than about 20 minutes. So anyway, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.